All right, guys, we are going to be reacting to Inside Secret German Factory producing massive armored trucks man plant tour. We're going to react to this, guys. Thank you so much for the support. Let's jump in.
Welcome inside this top secret Rheinmetall MAN
Oh. Okay.
military vehicle factory. Right now, you will see the production process of the powerful HX-81 tactical military truck. This HX-81 is called Elephant, and it's a tank transporter with an unprotected cabin. Right now, you are watching the production of the chassis frame of the future truck. The HX family is a range of purpose-designed tactical military trucks manufactured by Rheinmetall. It has been in production since 2007.
Okay,
Since its
recently
inception,
new.
more than 20,000 HX series military vehicles have been produced at this factory. But only 137 of this particular model, called Elephant, have been produced so far. Production of this tactical military trucks begins with welding of the chassis frame. These workers then prepare the front and rear axles on which the finished chassis frame is lowered. This massive chassis, including both axles, is made of extremely strong steel. These tactical trucks must be prepared even for war zones. However, the most popular model of the HX range is the 42 and 44M version, which is just a basic unarmored tactical truck. The assembled chassis will now be moved to a special room where it will be painted. The painting is done by hand, and the chassis has been sprayed with an anti-corrosion coating beforehand. These workers at this Rheinmetall factory wear protective uniforms and special protective masks. Most of these military tactical trucks are produced in military green. The second most commonly ordered truck color is military desert camouflage. Workers will now mount 8 massive wheels on the chassis. They use a manipulator arm to lift them. They cannot be lifted manually. The demands on military trucks are
unless you're in India, they probably lift. I saw a video of a bunch of Indians trying to lift some of these tires, man. Oh my god, you can see the lower back just bending like a half moon. It's crazy, man. Don't do that. Don't lift stuff, this heavy stuff like this with your lower back. Nah, don't do that. It's very unhealthy.
Enormous. They must be able to withstand a wide range of weather conditions. As you can see, each wheel is held by 10 bolts, not 5 like a regular car. More than 4,000 military trucks from the HX family have been delivered to the German armed forces since 2018. Under the terms of the agreement, Rheinmetall had a stake of 51% and MAN 49% in the new company. Next to this Austrian factory is a huge warehouse of all parts for HX-81 trucks. Inside this warehouse, the warehouse keeper needs to know where the specific parts for all models and variants of the HX-81 trucks are located. There are 3 main versions. The first are tank transporters with armored cab or unprotected cab. Another version is the tactical truck with hydraulic hook lift hoist. Then there is the most widely used version, the unarmored truck. The interior of the HX-81 is now being prepared. The whole production process is like a giant jigsaw puzzle. Each truck is made up of thousands of components. The interior of the HX81 is now being prepared. The whole production process is like a giant jigsaw puzzle. Each car is made up of thousands of components. Each truck is modeled in detail on a computer before production begins. The truck, cab, and chassis are assembled separately.
I really wonder how much this costs overall, man. Not only production itself, but the salaries, including salaries and everything. How much all this will
This
probably
is where
cost.
welded truck cab frames
Just to
are
make
stored.
one.
Before the final paint is applied, the cabin is sealed and polished. MAN is now part of the Volkswagen-owned Traton Group, along with Scania and International Motors. Manual and machine welding is used in the processing of steel parts. In addition to internal model designation, each model has technical designation nomenclature that is broadly comparable to that of MAN commercial product line. This tractor truck, it has 4-seater driver's cab for accommodating a driver and 3 passengers. It has a gross combined weight of up to 130 tons. Payload varies by role and configuration. But for rigid chassis, actual maximum load on chassis ranges from around 8 tons to 30 tons. In certain instances, and particularly with single-tired axles, gross vehicle weight ratings can be restricted. HX trucks are fitted with modular military-specific cab. The interior of the walk-through cab is primarily steel or washable vinyl. Two types of modular detachable hardtop roof are available. The reinforced roof can take the weight of 2 soldiers and the recoil forces of a 12mm heavy machine gun in a ring mount. A riot protection kit is available for the cab. Welding of chassis and truck cab parts is largely done manually, and it would not be worthwhile to acquire robotic welding robots for this activity, as is common in automotive factories. These machines are only worthwhile for mass production, where millions of units are produced rather than a few thousand.
Okay.
This paint shop paints dozens of large pieces of this tactical truck every day. The painted parts are placed on the holder and slowly rotate around their axis while being painted.
Have you ever wondered why they use that green color with a lot of these armored vehicles? I never understood why they use the green color. Let me know in the comment section if you know why.
A crane built into the roof of the factory is used to handle the heavy parts of the truck cab. Manipulators are usually operated by factory workers using a controller to assemble the entire truck together. The product portfolio of Rheinmetall MAN military vehicles includes medium and high and extremely high mobility logistics vehicle systems. Austria has expanded its contract with Rheinmetall to include another 300 military trucks from the HX family of vehicles. This is how these two employees attach the truck cab door. Now the main assembly line begins. The chassis and wheels are almost completely finished. The connection between the chassis and the cabin is called the marriage.
The marriage.
Once the cab and chassis are connected, the cab and chassis are bolted together and the windows are installed. A seal is put around the windows and the whole thing is properly fastened to the frame. It will now be marked with the Bundeswehr flag. Bundeswehr is the armed forces of the Federal Republic of Germany. Bundeswehr is divided into a military part and a civil part. The military part consisting of the German Army, German Navy, German Air Force, Joint Support Service, Joint Medical Service, and Cyber and Information Domain Service. Each station inside the factory is manned by
I like the fact that a lot of Germans are actually the one working in this factory.
a team of workers. Each of these teams has one lead supervisor. It is the supervisor who is responsible for the quality and punctuality of the work done. Now, a worker uses a crane to lower all the seats into the truck cab, which are still wrapped in protective plastic to prevent damage. Fitting the whole cab and connecting all the wiring is an activity that requires a lot of manual work.
A lot of physical work. A lot of physical, very physical.
Each car is marked with the Rheinmetall logo and serial number. Rheinmetall is the largest German and fifth largest European arms manufacturer.
There you go.
Assembling the entire cab of this tactical truck is like a huge jigsaw puzzle and logistically challenging. That's why there are not many companies in the world that can manufacture military heavy equipment. The worker who is responsible for sticking the Rheinmetall logo and all labels must have a great emphasis on accuracy and precision. The steering wheel is now assembled using the tightening wrench. On the steering wheel is the typical logo of the MAN car company, which owns Rheinmetall. Rheinmetall is a huge company founded in 1889. It has over 33,000 employees worldwide. The truck cabs move slowly across the factory as workers slowly assemble all the necessary parts. I personally would not want to do this wiring work. Please let me know in the comments section what activity within this factory you would like to do.
None of them. None of them. They all look very complicated in their own way. And I noticed that even though Germany used a lot of factories, they still require a lot of that hand-to-hand kind of touch to the product, which I think that's why they make them unique.
Its name is derived from the German language words Rhein and Metallis, translating to Rhine metal when combined. These tactical military trucks have miles of wiring in them. The manufacturing of all the cable bundles happens in a different factory hall and is only delivered to the main assembly line at a predetermined time. The new generation of the tried and tested HX series marks the transition to a future-proof military truck that meets military and automotive megatrends thanks to the latest technologies. Redesigned from the ground up, users can expect improved protection, further increased mobility, maximum driving comfort, and a digital interface architecture for an even more flexible range of applications and future performance enhancements. At the same time, the proven core strengths of the HX2 and the family concept have been retained. Workers are now gradually installing the front grills and wiring.
You see how the Germans are always, you know, touching their factories or their, you know, products, which I don't see a lot in different Western societies.
Robust turbocharged 8-cylinder diesel engine. This truck features a low torsion ladder frame for heavy off-road use. It is equipped with sturdy steel bumpers to ensure the necessary levels of reliability. This engine has a power output of 500 kilowatts. For clarity, this range of trucks were developed and initially manufactured by MAN. However, the umbrella corporation making them is now Rheinmetall MAN Military Vehicles. This is an 8x8 unprotected heavy-duty military truck. The cab of this truck is tested for water resistance before assembly. Not even a drop of water can get into the cab of this truck. All seals must be working at 100%. These trucks must be able to withstand being partially submerged in water. That's why this part of the testing is a key moment in the entire production process. While jets of water are sprayed on the cabin, a worker inside checks the seal for leaks. It also features long and wear-free rubber-mounted springs.
And you see the details. This is what makes Germany so different from a lot of countries. A guy checking to make sure there's no leaks, no nothing. That's what makes German one of the top manufacturer producers, and the quality as well.
And large shock absorbers and stabilizers for crew comfort.
Ugh. And they have to, because they want to make sure that people are protected.
The cab can be equipped with Rheinmetall's protected integrated armored cabin solution to provide a high degree of protection to military personnel. The transporter weighs 27 tons after the installation of an armored cab. It can haul different trailers with a useful load of 73 tons. The truck's permissible gross train weight is 130 tons.
There we go.
It is designed to transport modern main battle tanks in rough terrain conditions. RMMV resulted from the 2010 merger of the military truck branch of the former MAN with Rheinmetall's wheeled military vehicle branch.
There you go. Damn.
The versatile all-wheel drive truck can reach a maximum speed of 89 kilometers per hour and conquer steep inclines with gradients of up to 60%.
And they tried it. Yeah. Working.
It has a driving range of 800 kilometers, which is 500 miles.
Damn, look at that. How built. Wow.
In the production process, RFID tags are used to identify which part belongs where. The tester inside this factory has to perform a series of tests to send the truck to the next workstation.
So it doesn't end there. Wow,
The production hall control room has an...
It's a lot, only for one? That's a lot.
Overview of all trucks and their production status. Everything must meet a predetermined schedule, and there must be no delays as there are heavy fines. Engine performance testing is now underway on the dyno. Dyno testing is a great way to evaluate the performance of truck in a controlled environment.
This is what they're always testing these, right?
The German Army's technology is getting on in years. The digitalization of the Bundeswehr is a mammoth task in which Rheinmetall is heavily involved. At this workstation, professional workers paint the emblems and signs that are ordered on each truck. Each HX81 truck is therefore originally hand-painted. Output quality control also includes polishing and inspection of the bodywork for unevenness. Interestingly, this Rheinmetall factory is located close to the center of Vienna. The factory's production is very small compared to conventional cars and can only produce hundreds of units per year.
Damn, they can only produce hundreds of units per year. That means it costs a lot of money to make these. It costs a lot of money. That's all. That's.
Chassis inspection and wheel alignment is an important part of the manufacturing process.
So imagine sending these, and on top of that, you have to create your own. Oh.
The cab of this military truck tilts forward for maintenance, similar to regular trucks. In 2024, Rheinmetall signed a deal with Lithuania to build a 155mm artillery ammunition plant. HX81 military truck measures 9 meters and features a 4-seater driver's cab for accommodating a driver and 3 passengers. In recent years, the number of employees and annual production at Rheinmetall has been increasing significantly.
Yeah, probably going up. But especially with what is going on in Ukraine.
The reason for this is the increased armaments of the EU countries and also, of course, the war in Ukraine.
There we go. That's the only reason, personally, I think.
Providing a combined maximum tractive force of 40 tons, the winch system allows the truck to tow vehicles onto the trailer. The vehicle is designed to serve either as a semi-trailer or tank transporter. It has a maximum authorized gross train weight of 130 tons.
A lot. They still have a lot.
This means that it can carry modern.
Yeah, they still have some. They still have some, but I think they had to just go with Russian level and just start doing production based on wartime. Because the way I'm seeing this is like the United States is gonna be absent in the next couple of years regarding anything that happens in the Eastern Front. So at this point, somebody has to jump in and just create that war economy to make sure they can create protection in Europe, in Western Europe, that is.
Battle tanks across rough terrain. The HX range replaced the earlier FX and LX ranges in production. Official details of the HX3 range remain limited, but the type can be considered a further development of the HX2 range. Limited available details of the HX3 are included in a separate subsection. The original HX range used chassis from the heavier elements of MAN Commercial TG Worldwide Heavy Truck Range.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about right here. Ooh.
The reinforced roof can take the weight of 2 soldiers and the recoil forces of a 12.7 millimeter heavy machine gun in a ring mount. To meet increasing demands for crew protection on deployed operations, the HX range was designed from the outset with protection options in mind.
So this is going to be the new one.
To meet increasing demands for crew protection on deployed operations, the HX range was designed from the outset with protection options in mind. Rheinmetall delayed the launch of the HX3 models so that significant TG updates for the 2025 model year could be incorporated into the development of the model range.
What's up with the music, man?
This is how testing
What's up with the music? It's coming out from the left field.
always takes place on the circuit near the factory. Each of these tactical trucks is tested here for almost an hour. It's chassis and engine performance testing. They also test the wiper, the horn, and dozens of other features.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum,
Each
bum,
test driver has a
bum,
checklist of all the features each truck must meet to pass this test circuit. The truck is then washed free of mud and ready for delivery to its future owner. This is the Czech factory Tatra Trucks. It is the 3rd oldest company in the world specializing in the production of trucks, including military trucks. In this factory, the production of military trucks starts in a very similar way, by welding the chassis. Each chassis consists of 2 longitudinal beams, and these are connected by transverse connectors, including the axles. After the chassis of the future
I'm glad that there's very young folks they're interested in factory.
Truck is completed.
Factory
the wheels
labor,
are assembled. This procedure
labor.
is
That's
exceptional
good.
among truck manufacturers.
Hey?
Today, Tatra's production focuses on heavy off-road trucks based on its century-long development of backbone chassis, swinging half axles, and air-cooled engines. In this metallurgical part of the factory, engine parts are cast. Tatra is a Czech vehicle manufacturer from Kopřivnice, which is a town just below Ostrava. Ostrava is the 3rd largest city in the Czech Republic and is known for its heavy metal mining in local mines. The core of its production consists of the Tatra 817, intended primarily for military operators, and the Tatra Phoenix, aimed
that dude probably gets paid very well.
For the civilian market.
Managing the robot, he probably gets paid very well.
In 2025, the company plans to produce over 2,000 trucks.
Okay, 2,000, okay. Ooh.
These factory workers build the front and rear axles step by step. Each worker is trained for only a few specific activities that they are repeatedly in charge of. You are now following the manufacturing process of the gearbox and the rest of the engine blocks. Tatra mostly supplies individual, highly specialized custom-made vehicles and also sells just the backbone chassis for use in other manufacturers' trucks or specialized vehicles.
Hey, shout out to the person that took all these videos. Great job, by the way.
Now the
Great
finished
job.
chassis with the mounted engine will be transported for testing and the next stage of the production process.
Truck is silver.
Tatra currently produces 3 main models: Tatra 810 Tactic, Tatra 817 Force, and Tatra 158 Phoenix.
Okay.
Not only the truck cab, but also all other parts of the future Tatra are painted in this part of the factory in the Czech Republic. You are now watching the main assembly line in the largest factory hall.
Dang, it takes time. It takes time.
Here,
Wow.
the truck cab is attached to the chassis. All cables and controls are connected. The entire truck interior, windows and much more are also assembled here. A total of 1,000 employees work at the Tatra factory in the Czech Republic.
So this is the same one, but in Czech Republic. I think we're... Oh, my bad, guys.
Tatra truck is now almost ready, and quality testing and checking of all controls is underway. As you can see, the production processes of the Czech company Tatra and the Austrian Rheinmetall are very similar. The trucks differ, of course, but the production process and the individual production phases are almost identical.
Very similar. Very similar. Very similar. I will say the Germans tend to be more closer, I'll say, to the factory with their hands than the from the Czech Republic.
The truck will start up here for the first time and head out of the factory on the test circuit.
They look very different too. It is?
The test track mainly tests the chassis, brakes, steering, springs, and other elements of the truck.
Ooh.
These trucks were offered to the military and other government organizations and were badged and sold in the United States under the ATC brand.
Oh, really? Okay.
Quality guaranteed will be given to the truck after successful completion.
Tatra, very interesting. Are you still watching? Very interesting documentary. Usually I just like to keep it quiet when I'm just reacting to these long videos because there's a lot of information to just and digest. I will say that something that I noticed when it comes down to German factory is that, again, the Germans tend to just like to have more hands-on to their products, feel them, test them, check to the details compared to other countries. Again, might be culturally or might be something that some of you guys were saying that Germany tend to just focus more niche spaces, and that do reflects in the way they work. And I'm glad that even young people are still interested in manufacturing labor. Very interested. Well, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Again, one question is, what do you guys think with the war of Ukraine? Would they will increase or double their production in the next couple of years? I would like to know. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you in the next one.